YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy RJ Monyun, man. And I'm back with another reaction for y'all today, man. I wake up to everything. I've been on the way to work, so I couldn't do no reaction. But now I'm back at the spot, so I can do a reaction. On Foolio, people has been arrested and how it happened, so we about to see what's going on, man. We about to tap into it, man. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, man, let's get to it, man.
It would not be possible without the outstanding investigative work of our homicide detectives and with the assistance of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the ATF. These individuals took extreme measures to try to cover their actions, but they were no match for our investigators.
Dang.
Isaiah Chance, Elisa Andrews, Sean Gaithright,
they got a girl.
Davion Murphy,
backdoor
and Murphy are all accused of playing a role.
Oh shit!
And are all charged with one count of murder in the first degree, premeditated.
The backdoor team!
Charge of a firearm, and one count of conspiracy.
Wait, who is this guy? I feel like I've seen him before.
Conspiracy of murder in the first degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm. Chance, Andrews, and Gaithright were arrested over the weekend in Jacksonville. Davion Murphy and Richard Murphy are still fugitives of justice.
Oh, sure.
And we are working closely with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals to apprehend them. On June 23rd, Tampa police officers responded to a shooting on McKinley Drive and located 4 victims. One person, later identified as Charles Jones, was pronounced deceased. Jones was in town celebrating his birthday and posted on his social media his locations several times throughout that night. Surveillance video was critical in this investigation, as suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
Wow!
This shows the lengths that these individuals were willing to go through and achieve that this murder would occur. At 4:15 in the morning, Jones began to head to a hotel on McKinley. One of the suspect vehicles is seen following the victim. However, instead of following them into a parking lot, they stage across the street. At 4:38, 3 shooters exit a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel. They murdered Jones with a handgun and 2 rifles.
Dracos.
This barrage of gunfire also struck 3 additional victims who miraculously survived this incident. Let's look at this video.
Wow.
This is at the hotel.
Oh, this shit is in 4K.
Oh.
This is in 4K.
Damn.
Murder.
Yo, this is in 4K. No way. This is the clearest footage I've ever seen.
And they are shooting at Charles now, and you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying.
Oh, you was the passenger. You wasn't the driver.
And again, they're still shooting at him. He's the right front passenger in that.
Damn, they hitting
This is better
it.
quality than some of the Tubi movies. God damn. No, this is crazy. I've never seen this. No, this is crazy.
It's clear from that video what they were set out to do and what they had planned to do.
Bro, this is the clearest footage I've ever seen in history, bro.
Would later reveal that the
this
3
is clearer than my camera.
were Sean Gaithright, Richard Murphy, and Davion Murphy. Detectives used footage from the scene, license plate numbers, and phone logs to identify 2 vehicles and link them back to the suspects.
Rookies, y'all brought y'all phones!
It was found that the shooters are members of or affiliated with rival gangs of Jones that go by ATK and 1200. Jones was part of the 6 Block gang. Detectives believe that the ATK and the 1200 worked together to target Jones as part of an ongoing feud in Jacksonville.
Ain't Young and Ace and
I want to
ATK?
send a clear message to anyone that the city of Tampa is not where you want to come to settle a dispute.
Yo, I swear, y'all gonna watch my Young and Ace interview? He literally said he only got 6 homeboys. That's it. And I guess those are the ATK dudes.
Possible.
No way these people had nothing to do with it.
Remember, there's no alleged immunity through a cone of silence, as our detectives will find evidence needed to make an arrest and hold everyone accountable. Just as we did in this case.
No fucking way.
Then, you will be prosecuted by our tenacious state attorney, Susie Lopez. Today would not be possible without the assistance of our law enforcement partners in Jacksonville, who collaborated with us and shared intelligence that helped us in this case. Their agency also assisted with many search warrants, locating and arresting these dangerous individuals. At this time, I would like to invite Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters, followed by State Attorney Susie.
Yo, chat, that footage looked too clear. It looked too clear.
Yeah.
I've never seen clearer footage in my life.
But you can't see your face. But they say the phones though.
So good afternoon, I'm T.K. Waters, Sheriff of Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you, Chief Burkhall, for inviting me to stand with you as we announce these murder arrests. Today, 3 dangerous criminals are off our Florida streets and in police custody where they belong. These individuals have chosen lives of urban terrorism, and with their arrests, we show Tampa, Jacksonville, and the rest of Florida, the rest of this state, that we hold violent criminals accountable. At the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, we will always work together with our law enforcement partners to ensure that our communities are free of those who choose violence over peace. I want to applaud the investigators from Tampa PD and JSO for their committed collaborative work to bring violent criminals to justice. What I saw in this partnership evidenced the very best of information and resource pooling to ensure public safety. In closing, I want to directly speak to those who choose violence and those who embrace a culture that glorifies violence. Florida, Tampa, JSO, Jacksonville, Miami, wherever you are, will not tolerate foolishness, will not tolerate shootings and needless violence.
Chat, they're saying that girl worked with these niggas, but she got the initial drop on it. Remember, he was like, yo, I'm in town with the bitches, that type shit? I guess she, she got the low, sent it to the bros, then they start following him.
Damn.
So I'm glad they charged that girl with murder, because the backdoor teams really be thinking that they backdoor a nigga and it's all good. It's crazy, because I interviewed Ace and he was talking about females backdooring people double. He said they deserve to get clapped.
Thank you, Sheriff. The ongoing fight between these two groups spilled over into Tampa last month. Let me be clear. The feud stops here.
It won't.
All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison, even the ones who didn't pull the trigger.
Damn.
In Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death. And that is what we intend to do here. There were 3 people who pulled the trigger. You saw it on the video. 5 people, though, are charged with murder. The level of planning and coordination between these 5 defendants was truly alarming. It is clear that they all had one purpose in coming to Tampa, and that was to kill.
Chat, find out all their Instagram pages quickly. We need that girl Instagram page instantly. Come on, put your badge on, Detective Act, and brother chat niggas, we in the building. Come on.
His fans knew him as Foolio. But to his mom, he's Charles. We're fighting to make sure that she gets justice. I was able to speak with her this morning before she got to Tampa, and she's in Tampa with us today. I wanted to let her know that my office takes gun violence very seriously. And I let her know that these speak with her this morning before she got to Tampa, and she's in Tampa with us today.
Chat, find out all their Instagram pages quickly. We need that girl Instagram page instantly. Come on, put your badge on, Detective Act, and brother chat niggas, we in the building. Come on.
His fans knew him as Foolio. But to his mom, he's Charles. We're fighting to make sure that she gets justice. I was able to speak with her this morning before she got to Tampa, and she's in Tampa with us today. I wanted to let her know that my office takes gun violence very seriously. and I let her know that these 5 defendants will be held accountable for their calculated actions. The defendants are in custody, 3 of them, in Jacksonville, and will be moved here to appear in court. My office will file a motion for pretrial detention to ensure that these dangerous individuals are held behind bars as they await trial, where they belong. I want to commend the Tampa Police Department for this investigation, as well as our collaboration with JSO. The TPD investigation developed a mountain of evidence, and we will work hard to ensure that justice is served for all victims in this case. Thank you very much.
Have some time for questions.
Sir, we would like to see you from the movie. Sit down. Speak on the level.
Oh, let's see what it is.
Shit, I
Collaboratively.
license plate readers and pink. We got so Ali seen these.
Premeditated with the discharge of a firearm, and 1 count of conspiracy of murder in the 1st degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm. Chance, Andrews, and Gaithright were arrested over the weekend in Jacksonville. Davion Murphy and Rashard Murphy are still fugitives of justice.
See her name. Italy. Okay. Come on.
That nigga trying to find Instagram.
3.5 years. I needed to start making a living and do it relatively quickly.
Start sooner, finish faster. Nursing.
With the
This Isaiah, ain't it? Am I tripping? Huh? Bruh, y'all always just say no type. But police are looking at me. Any nigga though, street nigga who just keep looking down, I know they're. Oh, it's okay, my skin though. I'm what? Key9. What is this? Let's see if we can find what's going on over here.
Man,
Give me a better
I ain't got no info, man. You know who got info? 1090J.
That have been made. Now this was a drill unlike anything we've ever seen. 4K surveillance video of the shooters, cinematic rainfall, this action figure looking ass dude. I mean, the production was so damn good it looked like Drew filmed it. But the reality is, the Foolio hit will go down in history and sadly will take more lives than one. June 26th, 2024, only 3 days after Foolio was ambushed, Jacksonville sheriffs observed a gold SUV speeding with dark tinted windows. Patrol lights were activated on the unmarked sheriff's vehicle and a traffic stop was conducted. The driver was identified as 18-year-old Sean Gaithright. The smell of marijuana was coming from the vehicle, but Sean denied having or smoking any. Sean would be asked to step out and would stand at the back of the vehicle while the deputy searched inside, finding a small bag with marijuana residue and mushrooms. A Glock 19 would be found in the center console, and in the back seats would be several bags of ammo along with firearm parts and accessories. Sean would be arrested and taken into custody, where he was taken to the Crime Gun Intelligence Center office for an interview. The very next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder. Based on the new info, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They've been informed 21-year-old Isaiah Chance, 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and a baby were inside of the home. Surrounding the house, detectives began giving verbal commands over a
he got the info
for the next 15 to 20 minutes before they surrendered.
Isaiah Chance, this is Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
They came to get him in the rain, man. They want you where they coming.
With nothing in your hand, we're not going away.
Once in custody, things would go quiet. Monday, July 29th, 2024, the Tampa Police Chief, along with the Sheriff of Jacksonville and the Hillsborough County State Attorney, announced 3 arrests in the death of Charles Jones, aka Foolio. Alicia,
cause this nigga get pulled over. That's the only reason.
First degree premeditated murder, which under Florida law is punishable.
Oh.
Expedia members get member prices and rewards for future trips.
When the classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato meet the classic goodness of Hardee's
by death, they'd also be charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. But Sean, the youngest of the 3, would face additional charges. And by additional, I mean 3 counts of attempted premeditated murder with a firearm and tampering with physical evidence. 2 other men would be named and listed as wanted for murder. 30-year-old
somebody
Murphy,
telling us something.
27-year-old Davion Murphy. The 2 cousins and Sean are accused of being the 3 shooters who ambushed Foolio's car, leaving him dead and 3 others injured. They'd be captured on hotel surveillance, along with cameras from a parked Tesla. On the day of the murder, Isaiah and his girlfriend Alicia tracked and followed Foolio to 2 separate locations in Tampa. At each location, they got out of their vehicle, and Isaiah used a cell phone. After the cell phone communication, suspects in a second vehicle arrived at each location. Both vehicles then followed Julio Foolio from a club to the hotel. One of the vehicles would drive by Foolio's parked car twice, seemingly confirming which car he was in. Then, 3 armed shooters exited their vehicle and opened fire, killing Foolio with the handgun and 2 rifles. Surveillance footage, license plate readers, and call logs would identify 2 vehicles to the suspects.
A Tesla.
Law enforcement is well aware that Foolio was from 6 Block and rivaled rapper Young and Ace, who was ATK. ATK being short for Aim to Kill, or Ace's Top Killers. Come to find out, Isaiah is a documented member of ATK, while the Murphy cousins are documented members / affiliates of another gang known as 1200, with both ATK and 1200 being allies. The war between the 2 gangs has been going on well over a decade, resulting in dozens of murders on both sides, and now law enforcement believes all of the listed suspects work together to track and kill Julio Foolio. Isaiah would be more commonly known as Gutter Zay, and his one and only rap video would eerily resemble the night Foolio was killed, even though it was recorded 10 months prior. His girlfriend, Alicia, is rumored by fans to have been one of the females at Julio Foolio's Airbnb party. Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, with the help of U.S. Marshals, Jacksonville sheriffs were able to locate Rashad Murphy in an apartment complex in southwest Jacksonville after midnight. SWAT would arrive at the scene as it was now a standoff, with Rashad refusing to come out and allegedly on FaceTime with his girlfriend with a gun to his own head. Rashad would eventually surrender and be placed into custody, and at this time, only Davion Murphy is on the run. As far as Sean, not much is known about the 18-year-old, but what is known is in his arrest report he was arrested for speeding, found with drugs and a gun, and was transported to an interview room. The next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder. Now it's too early to know for sure, but for Sean to get arrested for something unrelated, and the very next day sheriffs have enough info to grab Isaiah and Alicia, it sounds like Sean may have already folded in the case. With him being the youngest involved and now accused as being a shooter, it wouldn't be that hard to imagine, but we'll just have to wait and see how the case plays out. Now in the beginning of the video,
this shit crazy, man.
I told y'all that the Julio Foolio hit is going to take more lives than one. And what I mean by that is, they're not going to get out of this situation. I don't like it. Apparently, allegedly, there's been a lot of unfollows regarding the people that have been arrested. I'm not going to get into who unfollowed who because the police are going to put all this shit together. And the amount of evidence that a lot of people on YouTube are trying to put together, like, oh, this dude's not in this gang, he's really in that gang. Let the police figure that out. You don't have to do it for them unless you're really just trying to get a badge. Let them figure it out. They're saying one of them is this gang. Let it be. They're saying this is how it happened. No, this is how it. Let them figure it out. We don't have to piece it together. We piece it together when we get the paperwork because that's what they got. We're not giving them new information. We're using the information that they got. But I'll say this. Seeing everything we've seen and not even getting into everything that they have as far as the police, I don't see them getting out of this situation. I don't see them, for one, having the money to fight this case. For two, the cell phone logs that they're about to put together are gonna trace them all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa to each location Foolio was at, and then obviously leading up to the murder. It's gonna be similar to the YNW Melly case, how they were able to use T-Mobile to track his cell phone location. They are able to tell when your vehicle is stopped or moving. This case is gonna be, I don't wanna say quick. I can just imagine that some of them are gonna try to plea out early. In order to do so, they're gonna have to snitch, gonna have to cooperate. Some of them are gonna get fucking punished. And there's gonna be no leniency, there's gonna be no plea. It's gonna be straight up life sentences. Now, premeditated murder, you can get executed in the state of Florida. So that's kind of the deal. Hey, we can strap you down to a table and execute you with a needle, or you can plea out to life in prison. What do you wanna do? Usually people are gonna plead out to life in prison. Not too many people are beating the death penalty, and if they do beat the death penalty, they still end up punished with life in prison. So there's not too much going around this shit. Seeing how everything went down, you know, it was alleged that the rifles had shell catches, so none of the casings would be left at the scene. Some of it seems very planned, some of it seems very sloppy. Not everyone thought everything through, why they would have a female riding around with dude, dropping locations to the other guys, like they're not gonna put all that together. I don't know. But it just goes to show you how thirsty they were to catch Foolio. Everybody's biggest question, what's gonna happen with Young and Ace? I don't fucking know. I don't necessarily see a direct tie to Young and Ace other than the fact that he knows motherfuckers involved. But do I think that he sent it? No. Why? Well, because he was overly confident. The second it happened, he's dropping music videos and taking full advantage of the situation. If I had just did something or played a major role in some shit and it happened, I'm not saying a fuck thing. I'd be like, damn, that sucks. That had nothing to do with it. But if I didn't have nothing to do with it, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna take full advantage. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's an artist. He's been dissed multiple times. Foolio's biggest disses are dissing Young and Ace's closest people that were killed right in front of him. So nobody can understand Young and Ace's pain. Nobody can say, oh, you should be the bigger person and nah. Fuck that. You just witnessed 3 of your closest people get killed and you almost died. I don't know what is gonna happen in this case. I'm obviously intrigued and I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Do I think Young and Ace played a role? I'm gonna say no. And I'll let y'all argue that or agree with it. We'll see in the comment section how it goes. But this is gonna be something that's very drawn out. This isn't gonna be a quick case. This isn't gonna be said and done. It's only gonna get worse. And by worse, I mean there may be more.
Hey man, that's gonna be it for the video, man. I'm gonna do another video, man. Yeah.